I'm Bailey Bates. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. When you call 911, you expect help to be on the way no matter where you live. And now a new agreement could make Waco Fire the primary responder for more unincorporated areas around the city, bringing life-saving resources to those who need it.
When every second counts, getting the closest fire crews to an emergency can make all the difference. That's why McLennan County and the city of Waco are working to expand Waco's fire coverage into more unincorporated areas.
In an emergency, seconds matter. And in this situation, we've been working through some technology to where when those calls come in, it's an automatic response. And so if you can shave 30 seconds off a response, it can make a big difference.
Waco Fire has already been responding to areas outside the city, including parts of East Waco, Old Marlin Road, and Chapel Hill Road. The proposed agreement would formalize those responses through a contract. It will also add areas along Chapel Road toward Old Lorena Road, including the Timber Ridge and Hamilton subdivisions. That comes after Woodway announced it would stop responding to emergencies outside its city limits.
Our first priority is obviously to the city of Waco, but in areas that we can that are adjacent to our jurisdiction, there's certain situations where it makes sense for Waco Fire resources to respond to emergencies in those areas just due to proximity.
Under the agreement, Waco Fire would handle fire, rescue, first response medical calls, and other emergencies. The deal has already passed Waco City Council and now needs approval from McLennan County Commissioner's Court. It could come up for a vote on August 18th.
That the closest agency and apparatus are going to respond to building fires in the adjacent areas. The help is on the way automatically, and I think for the taxpayer, that's the kind of service that they expect, that the closest units are responding to the emergencies.
If approved, the agreement would remain in place until it's replaced or terminated, with no annual cap on county reimbursements to Waco. Meantime, a McLennan County grand jury formally charged a Connally ISD assistant band director. David Martinez was indicted after police started investigating him in April. Lacey Lakeview police say investigators found evidence of a months-long communication with a student and child pornography. We know Connally ISD put Martinez on administrative leave during this investigation, but plans to fire him when the school board can formally do so. Martinez is out on bond. Central Texas is growing fast, and so is the traffic tied to it. For weeks, large rock and gravel trucks have been rolling through downtown Temple, and 6 News wanted to know where they're headed. Most of them have the same destination, a data center. Our Sydney Walker tells us what we found out.
Temple residents have noticed more and more large rock and gravel trucks traveling through downtown Temple. So we worked backwards. Their trail led us to roughly a dozen rock quarries between Salado and Florence. But distributors I spoke to weren't sure where exactly it ends up or why so many trucks travel through downtown Temple. Now we pinned down where they're going to, and it's $1 million answer. Well, about $470 million to be exact. There are multiple large infrastructure projects along the route they could go to, but we do know for certain at least some of them are heading to the Freebird Data Center Phase 1. That's located out in Milam County in Burlington, Texas, and home to OpenAI, who runs ChatGPT. According to filings from the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, construction began in October of 2025 and is supposed to end in October of 2026. It is massive, 548,950 square feet, a single-story building with 4 different data halls with supporting infrastructure, offices, and a loading dock. Responsible for bringing them to life is DPR Construction and SB Energy. An SB Energy spokesperson told 6 News they're aware of the concerns about the downtown Temple traffic and are actively working with their trade partners to reroute them from key areas.
And those are your headlines from Central Texas.